Good morning. Welcome to the KetoMom page. My name is Stephanie. If you're tuning in live, happy Friday. It is going to be a super fun day, a super fun weekend. We get to go to a wedding tomorrow. My daughter, Annie, just came down. She said, I'm so excited for tomorrow to go to a wedding. It's going to be a fun weekend. So as you're tuning in, tell me where you're tuning in from. We are going through this book called Eat That Frog. And I labeled this live, how do you motivate yourself? So I often get asked the question, how do I motivate myself? I can't motivate myself. I don't feel motivated. Stephanie, how are you so joyful? How do you stay motivated? How do I? The word motivation comes up a lot in the messages that I check and answer almost every single day. And so good morning. I see you hopping on. Hi, Linda. Hi, Melanie. Hello, Debbie from Florida. We're going to Florida on Monday. We love Florida. Hello, William. Hello. Good morning. All right. So we had a late night last night. We went to Elevation Nights. So Elevation Church, Pastor Stephen Furtick from North Carolina. And they do this little travel, they have worship and he gives a message. So we were out late last night. I say in the cities, I'm from southern Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul. We call it the Twin Cities. So anyways, it was a late night, early morning, and it's going to be an incredible day. So the question we're going to talk about is, how do you motivate yourself? Do you feel like you depend on other people to motivate you? What motivates you? If you want to answer in the question or in the comments, what motivates you? So here's what I did. If you're brand new, post new below. And I love to give you some mindfulness, insight, something in the morning other than a recipe to help you on your journey. Everybody's on their own journey. Your keto, low carb health journey looks different than other people's. So this is the book that we've been going through. It's about procrastination. It's about Eat That Frog, which is the one thing you procrastinate on. Do that in the beginning of your day. Now, I actually skipped ahead a couple chapters. If you're actually following along, the last couple chapters. So we went over, what did we go over? We went over, the ABCDE method. So just figuring out the things you actually have to do, things that you can actually distribute or tell other people to do, things you need to eliminate. A lot of this book is about making lists, not procrastinating, figure out where your best and highest use is. Now, the last couple chapters, I was like, it's things you've probably heard, like making more lists, getting ready before you start, honing in on the skill that you're gifted at. And I jumped forward to the chapter called Motivate Yourself into Action, because that's usually a question that people ask me is, I am just not motivated. How do I get motivated? How do you stay motivated? And so that's what we're going to talk about. Tell me really quick in the chat, what motivates you? Is it vision boards, pictures, listening to other people? Is it a way you start off your morning? Do you need somebody else to motivate you and tell you what to do? And so I love what he said. He says, you need to develop a positive mental attitude in order to motivate yourself. He's like, oftentimes people depend on other people to motivate them, when in reality, it really should come within. And so he says, there was a study done, and the study showed that that optimism, being optimistic, is the most important quality that you can develop for personal and professional success and happiness. Maybe you're like, okay, let me ask you this question. Y'all aren't very chatty today, so you have to play full out. It's called participation. All right. Are you more of a glass half empty or a glass half full person? And I love what he said. He goes, optimism. Sometimes you can look at people and you can be like, man, you were born an optimist. I am a pessimist. She is a pessimist. I am an optimist. You might feel like that's something that just naturally happens. But I love what he said. He goes, optimism is the most important quality you can develop. So if you look at life with if your glass half empty, if you look at life with a pessimistic point of view, if you look at life and you're like, I need somebody to motivate me, guess what? The good news is you can develop a optimistic attitude. So he goes, there's 4 special behaviors, all learned through practice and repetition, that will give you an optimistic point of view. Listen, this is good. This is super good, especially for those who are like, oh, I just need to be motivated. Guess what? You can develop it. You can develop a self-motivation. Some people say this: motivation is temporary, inspiration lasts forever. That's a super popular quote. So here's 4 special behaviors, all learned through practice and repetition, to help you be more optimistic, which will then internally will motivate or inspire yourself, which will help you go after your goals and your dreams. All right. Number 1, optimists always seek the valuable lesson. Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 2. Don't hear that. Number 1. Number 1, optimists look for the good in every situation. Something isn't going your way. If you read my post yesterday, I was laughing at myself and I was like, I talked about homeschooling and I love it. And then all of a sudden, like less than an hour later, the toilet was overflowing with not clean water. And one of my daughters, what's it called? Her retainer got chewed up by the dog. And I was like, listen, that's $250. Do you ever have things where you're just like, all right, lesson learned. Don't use so much toilet paper. Don't leave your retainer out for the dog, right? All right, so the first one is you look for the good in every situation. What is the good in that? My floor got scrubbed and we learned to not leave our stuff laying around the house. So if you're taking notes, one of the first things you have to work on is looking for the good in every situation. Number 2, optimists always seek the valuable lessons in every setback or difficulty. They believe that difficulties come not to obstruct them, but to instruct them, right? So something happens, you're going to go, all right, what is the lesson I need to learn? In that case, the lesson was not to use so much toilet paper. We have a septic system. Our girls know that. We live in a house full of girls. And we learn to put our things away. All right, number 3, optimists always look for the solution in every problem instead of blaming or complaining when things go wrong. I could have easily yelled. Did I yell? I don't think I yelled at either of those. I think I was like, get the towels! Get the floor cleaned! Ew! Why are you leaving stuff on the table? Right? But optimists always look for the solution to every problem. And something I often say, because people will say, listen, I am overweight because of my parents. I'm overweight because of my past, my environments, how I grew up, what I was taught. Basically, part of you owning your own health journey or anything in your life and being more of an optimistic person, your mindset has to be, I no longer blame, shame, justify things from my past. I'm going to be an optimistic person and I'm not going to complain, but I'm going to look for a solution, right? So when something happens, you can go, how can I solve this problem? Lastly, optimists think and talk continuously about their goals. So those are the 4 things to be more optimistic in your life. Talk about your goals, share it with people that you value, share it with people that won't degrade your goals, but people that will uplift you and encourage you. He goes, when you continuously visualize your goals and your goals and talk to yourself in a positive way, you feel more focused and energized. 2 more things I'm going to read to you. Is this helpful? Hi, Dawn. All right, number 1. Control your thoughts. Remember, you become what you think about most of the time. We've talked about this a lot on the KetoMom page. Your thoughts become things. Be sure that you are thinking and talking about the things that you want rather than the things that you don't want. That's a great awareness. Stop talking about all the things you don't want and start talking about the things you want. Number 2, keep your mind positive by accepting complete responsibility for yourself and for everything that happens to you. No blaming the past or other people in your past. No shaming, no justifying, no negative self-talk like you're going to draw a line in the sand and you're going to go, I'm going to be more optimistic today. I'm going to take responsibility for my goals. I'm going to look at things with an optimistic perspective. Here's where I am. Here's where I'm going. I am going to go there, right? Refuse to criticize others, complain, or blame others for anything else. Resolve to make progress rather than excuses, and keep your thoughts and your energy focused forward on what you can do right now to improve your life, and let the rest go. So, I think that is a good word for today. Came from this book, short, easy read. If you want to watch the other lives, you can go to ketomomsecrets.com and click on book club for all the other books that we've gone through. Otherwise, continue to tune into the page, reach out with questions. There's lots of recipes. There's lots of keto tips. There's lots of insight that we have learned that we can give to you. I say we because it's not just me. It's me and my husband, our family. And so thank you for tuning in. Your presence matters. Thank you for saying hello. I would love for you to press the share button. Sharing is caring. And today is going to be a great day. Why? Because you're going to look at life and today with an optimistic point of view. How can you solve a problem? How can you learn a lesson? What did you learn in a circumstance? What can be better for the future? Smile. Changes the state that you feel. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon. I appreciate you. Bye, everybody.